So I'm here, and give me Mr. Steers. So he's going to start in side control today, and today we're going to work on some basics of stopping someone from popping up to knee on belly. Now, obviously, the sarcastic answer of what do I do if someone tries to go knee on belly? Don't let them get there, right? Much easier said than done. A couple things we can do that is going to make their life harder. One, just good positioning and good frames. If I have a good frame in Austin's face and a good frame in Austin's hip here, those are going to help him feel a lot less confident in popping up to knee on belly. The other thing you can do is, I like to keep my outside foot posted. My inside foot, I like to put the arch of my foot right in the middle of my thigh, keeping my knee in his hip. This is just good solid position from a bottom side control. Now, ideal world, you're turning into them, trying to use these frames and that knee to create some space. But most people are still going to try to pop up through this. So Austin pops up to knee on belly, boom, I don't like that, right? Nothing good happens from me hanging out in knee on belly. At best, he just sucks some energy out of me. At worst, he can hit some of the violent submissions we worked last week, right? So, what we're going to do, first thing I'm going to look to do is I'm going to look to put my bottom hand, the hand that, on the side that he's on, right on the cap of that ankle. My top hand, I'm going to find the top of his knee here. I'm going to post my outside foot, hip bump, push to the side. Our goal isn't to get to anything fancy here. Our goal is to stop points and to stop him from setting anything else up. So we're here. Austin's working, I'm moving, I'm trying to go here, right? Boom. This hand goes to the ankle. This hand goes to the top of the knee. Post your outside foot, hip bump, shove that knee out. Now, as soon as that knee is off, you can't just settle here, because otherwise all he's going to do is retake side control and try to start going back to what he was doing. So as soon as I hit that bump off here, all I'm going to look to do is get my bottom knee in and get that frame. Alright? Then, just like last week, or the week before, boom, you use that to turn in, right? So Austin's here, he pops up knee on belly. I don't like that, right? I don't want us to hang out here. Boom. Hands where they need to be. Hip up, push off. As soon as that happens, get that leg in, start framing, start defending from here. The goal isn't go from good position to good position. It is stay out of bad position as much as you can. All right? It's really hard for me to go from really bad position to really good position. I just have to get back to somewhat neutral of a position, right? So, we're here. Boom. Hip bump up, turn off, get that knee in. As soon as that knee comes in, insert your butterfly hook, use that to turn in. Questions on this?
Where was your post? Where you said you had the parts of your foot on your...
Boom. I want it here and it's active. A lot of people get away with like this lazy ass, I'm just going to rest my foot up here. If Austin's good and he catches me doing that, no, go back, just side control. Watch this. If you catch someone just being lazy and just kind of resting their foot up here, this has to be active. I have to be using and engaging this foot. Because if it's just sitting up here, and I'm just hanging out, a lot of good people will just grab that, slam it across. And then all you've done is given up either leg drag, mount, or your back. So it's here. I post that foot in the ground at a good angle, giving myself just that little bit of leverage. So that way if I'm driving it, it's going to create space. That's going to help me get flat off my back flat. Help get my frames in. Boom. Then it's just inserting that knee. So that's where I'm going to stop. It stops both knee on belly and mount in a roundabout way. It at least slows them down as opposed to being here. Does that make sense?
Are you putting your knee into
Yes.
Okay. Like pressing it.
Yes. Like if I'm here, I'm trying to create some discomfort if I can. I'm trying to get it into the hip, into the ribs, into that love handle, wherever I can. Because the goal here is create space. And if I'm just like, hey, here, that's not creating any space, right? I have to start getting those frames in, start getting that way. So that way it helps me create that space, which then allows you to start engaging in a meaningful way. Other questions? One more time. We're here. Boom. Working. I don't appreciate that. Ankle, knee. Hip bump. Push off. Frame. Start regarding. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3. And we'll start this way. So Mr. Steers is here. He pops up, knee on belly. I don't appreciate that, right? But let's say I try to hip bump, go here, and it just doesn't work, right? Instead, what we're going to do with our bottom hand, I'm going to go hand underneath here. And I'm going to look just to scoop the back of his heel here. My other hand is going to go reach across for his armpit. We're going to hip bump, scoop, and slide our bottom knee in. Our goal is to off balance here. So come back. So we're here, I'm moving, I try to bump them off, it doesn't work. Boom, I get my scoop. Here, here, in.
Oh, okay, so you're not throwing that way, pushing.
Huh?
You're tucking that back
Yep.
foot under the
Tucking the back foot under the butt. Now, when he sits back like that, we are obviously in shootout position, right? Now, benefit, you should already have his ankle. So that's going to be where we start. I want you guys to get the sit motion first. So all I want you guys doing is you get into here, boom, and coming back up. We'll work the ankle lock next. I want to get you guys used to just getting out first, and then we'll work the lock. So I'm here with Mr. Steers. Boom, we're working, boom. I get my ankle. Hand comes to that armpit, hip bump, slider and bottom knee in.
Oh, okay.
Once you get here, controlling that leg, coming up if possible. So there's going to be certain tournaments, certain rule sets where you can't ankle lock, you can't heel hook there, where leg locking is limited, if not outlawed for some of you. So we have to be able to use this both ways. Does that make sense? All right. So I'm here. Once it's working, boom. I scoop that ankle, go to that armpit here. All we're doing is bumping, inserting that bottom knee, using that to come up. Now, you can come up to leg drag, you can come up to just top, choose a position, work up from there. But the goal is get him off the top of you and then work up. Questions on this one?
So you bring your knee right away up, right?
Yeah, right up the center line. Let them know you love them. Check for that cup.
So that's what's being done when you're like, that's what is actually, you're not pushing at all or anything like that.
No, I'm blocking
You're
more than
literally
anything.
Just
bringing this knee up.
Yes, so the hand is more of a block than it is a push. So when I'm here and I'm here, even if I don't have the hand, I can hit it, just a lot harder. The hand is more of a block, a light push. I'm not trying to launch him
Once
across
you
the
sneak the knee in, are you kind of doing that rocking motion?
Yep, rocking back up to come up and follow it. So I'm here. The goal is I don't want him on top anymore. He's obviously past my guard, got to side control, and popped to knee on belly. Obviously things are not going well for me on my back. We need to change a venue here. So boom, that's where we're going to scoop here. Boom. And use that to start coming up. That's where the hip bump and that push comes in.
You're pulling.
Yes, absolutely. Pulling that heel right to my shoulder. Because the goal is, because if I'm just here and I just hold his ankle, boom, if I'm here and I just hold his ankle and hip bump, he's not off balanced. So I'm pulling the ankle up, pushing the chest back, inserting that knee, and using it to come up.
When you're pulling though, are you pulling like this or are you pushing over? Like what's
Pulling in.
just okay.
Just a low drag type, like a low row type motion. Because as you start working up, you work that into your hook. You start heel hooking out of it. But you're pulling it into position for leg locks at that point.
Can I see the knee part one more time?
Yeah. So we're here. Boom. I'm working here. I scoop here. Right? Boom. I hip bump up, slide my knee in, and use that to come up. Questions on that? Drill her out. 1, 2, 3. So I'm here. Austin's looking to go knee on belly because he's a real jerk. So, a couple things I was noticing. One, if you can't get the hand underneath to scoop, realize guys, that same hand can just grab the top and outside part of this foot here. Just a good grip on that ankle like you normally would here. Just grabbing kind of the ball of that foot. Alright, so I'm here, boom, post. The other thing I was noticing, a lot of you guys weren't driving that knee up the center line. I want that bad boy up and in there. Now, as soon as his butt hits, a couple things we need to be doing simultaneously. One, pinching our knees immediately. We have to start getting those locked in so that way he can't just yank his foot out. As soon as that happens, our top side hand that was on the ankle, all I'm going to look to do is put the trigger of my thumb right on the back of the ball of his ankle here. Alright? Once we get there, I'm going to pinch my knees, and I want to rock my knees to where his ankle's up in the air. Here. Alright? Now, you can either do this one-handed or you can connect your hands. I generally will fight this one-handed. I'm going to pinch my knees, curl my elbow back, and as soon as that happens, all you have to do is key for distance, gentlemen, and you have an ankle lock. Couple big things. The knee pinch and the elbow lock everything in. The hips are just the finisher. So we're here. Austin's here. He's starting to attack things. I can either grab the ball of his foot or scoop the ankle. Either way, boom. I start to pinch. Get to my side. This thumb, all I'm trying to do is trace just under the ball of his ankle. Here. My elbow comes down. My knees pinch. My hips drive forward. If you do it properly, there should be none of that overextended bullshit that I see in most white belt tournaments. That is this. I see it in fucking every white belt tournament I've ever been to. And it's great. It is really comical for me, but it's terrible to watch as far as technique. Here, as soon as this gets here, a lot tighter, a lot faster, right? Yeah. So, we're here. Boom, I'm shaking, I'm moving. Boom, I scoop, here, get that knee in. As soon as that knee comes in, it pinches, falls to this side. Collapse the elbow, pinch the knees, drive the hips forward. Now, you see how I'm doing that relatively slowly? It's because ankle locks, the pain you're feeling is shit tearing. There is a low wage where you go from, oh, that's uncomfortable, to, oh, I have to wear an ankle brace for the next several weeks. So, whenever you get here with your friends, because we all like each other here for the most part, I get my hand in, I pinch my knees, I collapse the elbow, I look at Austin, I know that it's tight but it's not in, I slowly extend, I wait for that hand to be ready to tap, and I wait for it, right? I do not go, rah! Just because I don't do that because I like Austin and I don't want to break his foot, right? So whenever we're practicing these, the goal is always to go slow and controlled. All right? Here. Now, questions on this? Like I said, same entry. Now we're just attacking that foot. All right? 1, 2, 3.